Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Shivam Codes. Earlier in my previous video in this playlist, I had discussed about the ls command. Today I'll be going over the cat command in Linux. First thing first, what is cat command? So cat command basically is short for concatenate, which is a fundamental Linux utility used to read, display and combine files directly in the terminal. Now that's quite a mouthful. Let's see this in action. So here I have these two files. To print the contents of the file, I can just cat them. So if I just write cat and the file name, all the contents of the file is printed to me on the screen. Now, the cat command does not restrict us for printing the contents of only one file. So we can also print contents of both the files, error.log and the old file. So here, after the first file contents are printed, immediately from the second line, the second file contents are printed on the screen. So what cat does is it reads through the file and it prints the content of those files in our terminal. Now, there's one interesting thing that the cat command can also be used to create files. Let's see this in action. So here, if I write cat and a greater than symbol and I write new file.txt, so this is my file name, and if I press enter, then here I can write anything. So let's write something here. This is a new file. Okay, now I have written some content in this new file. To save the contents, I have to press Ctrl D. And if I see now, there's a new file that is created. Let's cat the contents of this file. And yes, we have exactly what we had written earlier in this file. So this greater than symbol is used to overwrite the contents of the file. And if there's no such file, then it will create a new file and it will write the contents there. Now, there can be a scenario where we don't want to overwrite the contents of the file. We just want to append something in the very end. So cat does offer that functionality, but you have to use double greater than and the file name. Let's say I'll add the author as Shivam. I'll press Ctrl D to save. And if I now view the file contents, it has appended that. So I'll also show one example for overwrite, which is, let's say, overwriting. To save Control D. Now, if we view the file contents, it is completely overwritten by the data that we had inputted. Cat command has more things to offer via arguments. So at the moment we have an old file. Let's cat that file with a special flag that is -n and the old file. If we do that, we see that there are some numbers printed alongside the content of the file. Now that is great. Sometimes, but sometimes maybe not, because these empty lines are also getting some numbers. To deal with this, we have another flag that is -b flag, which will only print the numbers corresponding to some data, and the blank lines will not get a number. There are multiple arguments that the cat command has to offer. To explore more, we can check out the man page. Now here we can see that there are a couple of more flags that cat command has to offer. We can go over them. We can read. Reading the man page is a very good practice. To exit out of this man page, we can just press Q to exit. Now let's go over a real world scenario where we can use the cat command. So in real world scenarios, whenever you work in an organization and you face some errors in the system, there are usually logs that are created. And we can leverage the cat command, the cat utility in Linux to our benefit. Let's see that in action. So here we have error.log file. Let's just cat the contents of this file. Now there are a lot of contents here. Usually in industry grade logs, there is going to be multiple lines, hundreds and hundreds of lines of logs that will be printed. And it's not humanly possible to go over each and every line trying to figure out where the error occurred, right? So I'll show you one simple example where we can use the cat command. So here, uh, don't get confused by the pipe symbol that I've used and the grep command. I will be teaching this over in the upcoming videos. Now, what this command does is it will print only the lines which has the word error in it. So these two lines had errors and they were printed in the console. Now, this makes life much easier of a software engineer that, okay, yes, the error occurred because the file did not exist. So this is how we can use the cat command in real world scenarios. I'll just explain you how this command works. So first, the error log file contents are given by cat to this pipe, and then grep, which does string searching on your content. So it tries to do string search on the word error, and whichever line has error in it is printed in the console. That is it. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, make sure to comment them down in the comment section and I'll answer them. See you in the next one.